Hey guys, wanted to shoot a quick video going over some items to follow up from our training last night. So um, here we go. I put everything in an email, but wanted to also just have an easy video for you. Um, I attached the fast start bonus and marketing ideas. And again, and Amy, you had to leave a little early for this. We can certainly go over it more, but these are just ideas that you can walk away with to get rolling, to start, right? Some of them are kind of big picture, like have a servant's heart, speed builds trust. Other things are real specific, networking groups, call X-date software, kind of reverse engineering referrals from Realtor.com and Zillow. And we really walked through this a fair amount. So this is, again, I just want you guys to have something that you can at any point go to and say, wait a minute, what am I doing again? How am I going to get some business? How am I going to create a pipeline? And this is a nice sheet that you can have for that. And so you've got that. And I also highlighted it again in there. The $500 bonus, sort of the clock, if you will, doesn't start until you're officially licensed. So, once you're officially licensed, the goal is you've got 30 days, 50 proposals, 5 policies. That's kind of the fast start, if you will, to kind of get things kicked off well. Anything you do before that, I'll work with you on it. You can refer it in. We'll kind of work on it together. Or maybe maybe I will have one of the girls or one of the other team members do it, and they'll just they'll still get paid on it. You'll get paid on it, but is a way for you to train. Okay. The life cycle marketing plan. Again, we spent quite a bit of time on that last night. I've got some new software that allows me to edit some of these documents, so I did email it to you, and it's also now in a format where you can actually have a PDF fillable, right? So again, we really walked through a lot of this last night, and a lot of this is sort of big picture of like thought and approach, and really trying to drill down on who my target client is and things like that. But I wanted you to have that. You can certainly go back at any point if you wanted to and fill it in, type it out, whatever. Don't drive yourself nuts, but you got it. This Eric Worre memory jogger. So, and again, really good opportunity here to start creating a list. Now, this guy, and it's funny because I just finished a book by him, he's really big in network marketing and a lot of recruiting. Again, there's opportunities to do that. What I was, if you want, and to build a team, and would encourage you to think through that, but what I was really looking at this for is the opportunity for you to build your pipeline for home, auto, boat, flood, umbrella, all the personal line stuff. So it's a nice little intro here. And again, I would just try and get out of it what you can. Like he's talking more recruiting, but for network marketing. And again, I'm trying to apply this because it's a really good list on creating your personal lines pipeline. So basically, he just lists out a whole bunch of things, right? So literally, who your parents, your family, on and on and on. A lot of that stuff you maybe hear is basic. Social media, cell phones, that's big. But then he starts going through, who's your auto mechanic, who's your banker, who's your car dealer, who's your dentist. And yes, some of these you may not have. Like, we don't really use bankers a lot anymore, but some of these certainly will probably jog your memory, right? That's the whole point, is to sort of jog your memory on people that you may be able to reach out to, right? And then really what I would do with this, to be honest, is I created also in here or attached something that we use, and it's our pipeline tracking sheet. And it's really just an Excel document that we've kind of used for a few years now. And I've got really most of the team on board doing it, and I really encourage everyone to do it. I still use this myself. Like, this is for me in terms of current opportunities I've got. And so basically all you do is just take it, edit it, put your name Olivia, your name Amy on there, and then any opportunity that you would get, you would just put, okay, the name, and again, I do commercials, so sometimes the opportunity name and customer name are different. Opportunity name and customer name probably going to be the same for a lot of the personal line stuff, unless it was like, you're working with a husband and wife, but really you're dealing just with the husband or just with the wife, etc. Where it came from, super important. Start tracking where your business is coming from, right? The line of business, is it home, is it auto, is it boat, is it flood? Projected premium out. I realize you guys don't really have a great sense of this yet. I would just suggest for homeowners do 2,000 and auto do 1,500. Okay, that number is important. but it's not critical that it has to be super accurate. But what I want, and this is why I think this is super important, like I honestly think this column is one of the most important. What you want to do is use this as a tool that at any point you can say, what's in my pipeline? Because again, we talked yesterday, it's all about kind of reverse engineering and creating that pipeline, right? And then we know we're probably going to have anywhere between a, maybe 20 to 50% closing ratio, depending on the account, the client, how came to you, et cetera, et cetera. So this pipeline number is definitely important. And then if you want, you can, put when you contacted them, and it's really however you want to use that part of it. What I would probably do, again, to have it all together is I would just create another sheet in here. And if you look on any of these, and you can see these basically just go back months and months and months. If you right click on the tab, well, it's not letting me right click on the tab right now. Here we go. It wants it on the other sheet. Okay. So if you right click on this tab, on any of the tabs at the bottom here, you can just go move or copy, and I can say, okay, I want to make a copy of this, and then it'll create a new tab. I forgot to click that create copy here, and then I'd retitle it again. I'd re-click on it, rename it. You can title it, new prospect list, whatever you want, however you want to call that. And again, feel free. You could certainly delete all my old stuff in there. But then what I would do is sort of do this as your memory jogger list, if you will. Okay. And I guess what I'm going, and maybe I'm doing this a little painstakingly, but what I'm trying to say too is what I'd probably do is have one sheet that you can work from. These are called sheets, by the way. Each one of these is called a sheet in Excel. What I would do is I would probably have one sheet for my opportunities or my prospects. These are people that I'm really engaged with. Like they're like, hey, I want a quote, right? That's a prospect. And then I'd have a separate sheet that's all of my just sort of prospect list. I hope that makes sense, guys, in terms of that. If not, certainly text me, call me, let me know, and I'm happy to answer that. But that's how I would probably do that if I were you. And then I reattach the SMART goals. So you've got that SMART goal template. And again, and I'll put in there for you guys, I would want, let's say by the end of next week. So that gives you, almost a week and a half to get at least 3 filled out for the business, right? And again, just trying to think through this right now, like your #1 goal right now is to get your 2044, right? So that needs to be a goal. Get my 2044, why is it important, blah, 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 blah. And then really that time sensitive will be important too, because you can throw a finish date out there, right? So you could say, and again, if we kind of talk on the SMART goal and realistic and all this stuff, you could say, hey, I want this by the end of July. Okay. We've had some people do it in 3 weeks. So that's possible. If that's not realistic, depending, you could say August or whatever that is, but that you put that out there, and then probably start thinking through some initial goals for your prospecting, like how much premium you want to write, how much money you want to earn, etc. So I've got all that in here. Again, I know it's a lot of info. Part of my challenge in bringing new people on is I know we share a lot of info, and it's just you're drinking from the fire hydrant a little bit, and that's probably true on any new thing that you're really getting into. So feel free, if there's any questions, let me know. I'm also going to put in here too a link to our training. So there's a link to our new advisor training that we do every Monday at 10:30 a.m. on Zoom. And again, this is something, if you can make it, great. If you can't, no problem. I'm starting to record them so you can always go back to them. It'll also be an opportunity for you guys to engage with some of the other really, really new team members. And we also have, I've got 3 people that have come on and are licensed or recently licensed, and I've got 2 more that are in licensing, like in the same spot. So it can be an opportunity for you to kind of meet them, sort of, if you will, engage a little bit. So any questions, let me know. See ya.